lifelong learners who embrace their role as responsible contributors to a global community. This meeting is being recorded by WACA Cable TV, and our order of business this evening includes our open session call to order, opening procedures, agenda review and adoption. There'll be time for public comment if there is any. Presentations include recognition of retirees. Our administrative items include our introduction of Kevin Anderson, our new athletic director, welcome. Middle school scoreboards, renderings, school committee retreat, superintendent's update, assistant superintendent's update, warrant approvals, consent actions, and approval of minutes from June 1, 2023, acceptance of gifts and donations, member updates, action items, and then we will adjourn. Everybody okay with the order of business? And I will take the roll call. Tina?
Yes.
Paul?
Yes.
Aaron?
Yes.
And yes for me, Mark Terry could not be here this evening. So I will start by asking if there are any members of the public that would like to make any comments this evening. Seeing none, hearing none, I'll turn it over to you, Jim,
Great,
with the
thank you.
recognition of our retirees.
So I'm actually going to move that to the end to the superintendent's report.
Excellent.
So we can get Kevin to introduce himself, and first time publicly here with the board. So Kevin, we'll have you come up to the podium, please. It'd be great. And
That's probably going to shoot right at his chest, probably.
probably, yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need that. But this too, right like this.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh boy,
Great.
that's not a
Great.
good look there. I'll make sure I keep my head down.
And Kevin, welcome. We are the school committee, obviously. I'm Lori Tosti, and I'm going to let everybody else introduce themselves if they haven't met you directly yet.
Erin Williams.
Paul Kendall.
Tina Fatanides, nice to meet you.
Welcome.
Thank you. I can't tell you how excited I am to be here tonight and heading over to the high school in a little bit to really kick off my time here with Ashland. I see Ashland as a sleeping giant. I'm so excited to be here. I can't contain myself. You know, I spent 20 years in college athletics before I dove into high school athletics, and it's totally different. But it's a change that I've embraced, and I'm so excited. I love being with the kids. That's why I do it, right? Like making those connections with the student athletes and the other kids in the building, helping them find their way. Because I honestly believe that everybody has somebody, and I want to be that somebody for a lot of kids. And I'm really excited to be here. So thank you for having the belief in my skill set and welcoming me with open arms, because that's how I felt since the first day I walked in on my interview. I've got regular townsfolk reaching out to me saying, welcome, we're excited to have you. And that means a lot to me. So thank you.
Anything?
Anybody have any questions? Would we just extend a warm welcome? We're as excited to have you here, and we hope that all your transition goes smoothly, and you're certainly working within the best administrative team there is anywhere.
Yeah.
So,
I
Yeah.
wholeheartedly agree.
We share your enthusiasm
Yeah.
that you're here. That our administrators speak so highly of you, and we're really excited to have you on board.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Beautiful. Now go hire a soccer
right,
coach.
go
Yeah.
Thanks,
Nice
Kevin.
to meet you.
later.
So I'll just give you
Bye,
a
Kelly.
frame of reference as well. We will have considerable overlap with Stephen and Kevin. He's already been here in the district working with Stephen, and so Stephen will be with us through basically the end of July, beginning of August, and go from there. So it'll be great. So yeah,
Sounds great.
he's excited. So.
Good.
Next, Chris, do you want to talk about the middle school scoreboards and just explain what, you know?
So, during town meeting, we had funding approved for.
Why don't you pull the mic over to you?
Yeah, and turn it on.
This goes back to town meeting we had a few months ago where we were provided funding through the CPC for school boards at the middle school, as well as some other projects. Dugouts are also in the works, as well as batting cages. This evening, I'd like to show the scoreboards so you can see the renderings and what they'll look like on site. Shortly, would like to release the quote to the vendor, or approve the quote and release the vendor to start doing the work. We need to contract with an engineer and just kind of get the project moving forward. So before we did that. I wanted to show what it looked like. It's in
Pulling
the
it up.
packet. I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
know if
pulling
it's-
it up
oh,
right
okay.
now. Yep.
The locations will be the same 3 locations that currently exist. One of them is the large sign that's on the building itself on the roof. And then the other one is in the back of the softball field. And then the other one is, at this point, really kind of tucked away in the woods in the back of the baseball field to the left of the middle school athletic fields. Naming will remain the same, the Walker Field and the Hunt Field. This is the Walker sign, and then the, I think if one more will show the,
I'm trying to
the
find
Hunt one. And the other one at this point, it's unnamed, similar to the existing one,
Is the unnamed one going to be on the baseball or the softball field?
the baseball.
Baseball.
Will it remain unnamed, or
At this
will
point in
there be
time,
some- Yeah,
I think it's up for discussion,
okay,
but for right now, that's the avenue we're approaching.
gotcha. Looks good to me.
What's the, as far as like the mechanics of it, especially on the football one, with the, being able to have like the ball on on the yard and the to-go yardage, like, if somebody's in, the sign is very far away, obviously, from the press booth where they would control that. Is it wireless or is it a wire that runs underground?
I'm gonna need to go back to the specs on whether or not it's wireless or hardwired. My understanding, and I do need to go back to the specs on this, is that it would be wireless. I'll go back and double check that though, just to be sure.
I can't imagine putting a non-wireless sign right now.
Anymore,
so,
yeah.
The conversation I had a week or so ago was that it was wireless. I just,
You want to
yeah,
wanna
well,
double check
I
to
do
make
wanna
sure
look
you're
at the specs before I say
Exactly,
that.
yeah.
And would we, because we rent out, especially that middle school field a lot, especially for like youth soccer and youth lacrosse, would we allow usage of the sign by the renters to be able to show the score?
There's going to be a lot of discussion about
Renting,
rented fields.
Okay.
Future discussion for this board.
yeah, because
Probably summer
remember,
retreat topic.
yeah,
Yeah.
we don't rent them, right?
Correct.
So that's a DPW function, and so there's,
Currently.
yeah, it's complicated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but good question.
And
So I'd envision in the future, coming back and showing location and whatnot for the batting cage specific to the softball field. But at this point, we're just looking to see if we could have approval for the renderings.
Anybody have any other comments or questions?
The only other question I have is the logo on it is obviously our current approved logo. Is it an easy switch if we were to have a logo change? Like, are those white panels with the A's on them easy to move, replace?
Well, I think that's what it says is needed, so he'll get a current A from Esmer, right?
Right, but if we're in discussions for like potentially
in years down the
a
road,
year
yeah.
and a half or 2 years from now, if we have a new logo, how easy is the replacement
I'm
there?
assuming, are those
Kind of
painted
default
on?
back to my first response
Yeah.
on, I'll have to check. I can't imagine that, like, even when we think about, naming of fields and things of that nature, that my sense is they're the panels that could be switched in, or I'd be relatively
Either
confident we're
that
gonna
or
be able to
vinyl-
work
Right.
through that.
An exterior vinyl graphic that can
Right,
do
like
it.
they've certainly dealt with that issue before,
Sure.
where names change and stuff, so they probably, but again, it's a guess, I guess, until we take a look at it. Certainly not a
Yeah,
reason
I
to
mean,
hold up the
worst
project.
case-
Yeah, no,
right?
and I have no problem, we can speak to the vendor to make sure that, these things
Yeah.
are interchangeable.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario would just be a vinyl graphic and put over top of it.
Just because I don't understand the lingo on the rendering, it says vectorized logo. What does that mean?
It's the
So a vector image format is
Scale
scalable.
up and down.
Oh,
And
okay.
So-
it doesn't pixelate.
I just had no idea what that meant.
Yeah. So basically, all it does is it has instructions on how to draw.
So it has to do with the
as
graphic, not
opposed
the
to.
material.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
who's got a vote to approve it?
I move to approve the middle school signage as presented.
Second,
All in favor, Tina?
aye.
Paul?
Aye.
Aaron?
Aye.
Aye. All right, done. School committee retreat.
So, just so we can get these things booked and put at the conference center, Warren Conference Center. There were 4 dates that actually worked well for the people who replied. July 17th and 18th, and July 24th and 25th. It was brought to my attention by Mark Terry that he would like to see us choose one date from each of those 2. So because of the strategic plan, the opportunity for homework, and also people coming back from vacation, as well as a conference, superintendent's conference, which I know Mark will be at the week before as well, having 2 more consecutive days out is a challenge. But the folks who replied, all 4 of those dates worked. So I just want to get something booked. So choosing one date, the 17th, the other the 24th or 25th, or however it works.
And I spoke to him today. He did also say if it had to be 2 dates in a row
He
for
could,
whatever
yeah.
reason, that he'd prefer the second week.
Okay. So
I can do any combination of that.
Okay.
So that's,
Same, I could do anything.
okay, we're good. I'll make the combination. We'll see what's available. Warren.
I'm waiting to hear, I may have to be in Budapest
Okay.
the week after earnings
Okay.
for an announcement, but it's not booked yet.
Okay.
I don't know.
But that means what relative to those 2?
Yeah.
Is it-
Which
Is,
week
is,
would
is
be
the,
better
is
for
the
you?
earlier week better, or if there's a? or do
I
you don't know?
honestly don't know. So Q1 earnings were April 15th, and so theoretically that pushes earnings to fiscal week 30, which starts Monday that 17th, and then I would need to be in Budapest probably the week of the 24th.
Okay.
the second
But,
week.
yeah, but honestly, like, this
Okay.
thing was supposed to take 3 months and it's taken a year and a half, so I wouldn't.
So
And
let me
Jim,
check.
you also mentioned about, inviting some guests in.
Correct.
Have
and
you,
I have not done that yet until we pick dates. So
Okay. but do you have a sense of like, does it matter for that or to you, whether it needs to be 2 days in a row or 1 day each week?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Okay. Let me just check with Warren Conference Center.
Okay.
And we'll choose one from each week and see what works within their structure as well.
Okay.
Okay, beautiful. That's all I need.
Superintendent's update.
The only thing I want to share tonight is, unfortunately, we typically have our retirees here and just present them with their
Plates.
plates, their trays, and unfortunately, some of them already had their own party tonight. Karen Johnson, who obviously, retired in October, had an emergency dental surgery today, so she couldn't make it. So it was, I still wanted to share with you the folks who are retiring. So I'm going to pull that up here. And just so we can honor these individuals. So we have 5 folks who are retiring from the system. Sheila Mangan, who's in ESP, will have little bios on each of them. Sheila Fiandaca, Rob Spurgeon, who's custodial maintenance, Deb Peck, and Karen Johnson. We'll start with Sheila, 10 years at Warren School, ABA, ESP. I like that we go out and get some quotes from them about how they thought about their career and the best part of going into work. And obviously, Then we have Sheila Fiandaca, which I'm sure many of you had, your own kids have had the wonderful pleasure of having her as a teacher. She's after 18 years retiring. Bob Spurgeon, 22 years. He was at, most recently at Pitaway, but when I started 14 years ago, he was at the high school. So he worked in all the buildings and 22 years with us. Deb Peck, Pete just came back from, I think, her party, and 25 years in service of the Warren School. And last but definitely not least, and we've honored her and recognized her previously, but Karen, 29 years to the system, and had numerous roles, not just executive assistant to the superintendent, but from bus driver to you name it, she did it, and truly was the person who led the district. So there's no doubt about that.
Indeed.
So those are our retirees for this year, and this list will be significantly longer next year. We already know, for the most part, because of some contractual obligations of folks who are looking at retiring. But I think we're upwards of 10 or 12 already. So some big holes after next year. And that's the superintendent's report.
Well, thank you to all the retirees if you're watching. I'm sure we all, can connect to somebody on that list, if not a couple of people. And certainly the town of Ashland appreciates everything all of you did for our students and for us. And I know I have certainly, Karen Johnson, I just have to say publicly, I mean, I was thinking about her this morning because I did think that she might be here tonight. She had an emergency and couldn't, but she's actually the one constant in my entire time that I've been here, right? Like she was the person that has been here the whole time for me. And she was there through the good times. She was there through the difficult times, and we've had them. And she did run the show, and I always felt completely comfortable and confident that she would answer any question and get anything done right that we needed. I knew that every superintendent that she worked with was in excellent hands. And thank you, Karen, if you do see this. I've just so appreciated everything about her. As well as several other people on that list, too. We did have Sheila Fiandaca as a teacher in my family, and we will miss her in Ashland for sure. Anybody else? All right, so next up, Assistant Superintendent's update.
Yesterday, we celebrated our first-year teachers. We had a great end-of-year celebration for them. They have met with us monthly, and want to just publicly thank Jane Guiney for her work with all the first-year teachers as well as the mentors. She does a great deal of work to gather all the information regarding the mentor hours and to make sure that everybody is being trained appropriately. So I wanted to thank Jane for a job very well done. She just puts a lot into it, and I think the first-year teachers really benefit from her expertise. And I had the privilege of joining the fifth graders at Camp Borndale in Plymouth. Finally, that trip was 3 years in the making and finally came to fruition. It was a fantastic experience for our students. There were a couple moments being there where I said, this is exactly why we wanted this trip to happen, where the students were experiencing a shark dissection. They built and let off rockets. They were able to just experience being overnight without mom and dad, many of them for the first time. So it was very special, and just a time to publicly thank the AEFI, who really helped make that possible, as well as Lee Tripp, who is a teacher at the Warren School, who was a parent, is a parent of our students, and she really helped spearhead this trip with me several years ago, so I wanted to publicly thank her for making that happen. And thanking the teachers and staff who helped make sure it ran successfully this year. So it was a great time, and just real grateful that, for one, my own child was able to experience it, but just for all of our kids to be able to have such a wonderful opportunity. It was truly special.
Warrant approvals?
Between June 1st, 2023 and May, whoops, that's not right. Hold on, that's how she wrote it. I'm like, I'm not crazy, I opened the right file. I'm going to change that to June 15th. Yeah. So between June 1st, 2023 and June 15th, 2023, I, Paul Kenner, authorized by my signatures payables in the amount of $817,718.72. This includes general fund expenses of $508,545.71, revolving expenses of $267,322.43, grant expenses of $41,737, and meals tax expenses of $113.58.
Thanks, Paul.
Why I need to read that and not just have it as part of the record, I don't know.
We just follow the rules around here. June 1st, minutes. I was absent, so
I didn't see anything.
anybody have anything? Do we have a motion to approve them?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Tina?
Aye.
Paul?
Aye.
Aaron?
Aye.
I will abstain from that one. And then acceptance of gifts and donations.
Yeah. We have one tonight, GPI US Inc., who helped fund the Japanese student visit up at the high school of $500.
Excellent. Thank you. Motion to accept the gift?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, Tina?
Aye.
Paul?
Aye.
Aaron? An aye for me. Member updates?
I don't have anything.
We always
I'm
just
waiting
look
for Mendez.
directly
Hear
at
about Mendez.
Mr. Kendall.
Well, we did have graduation and
Yeah.
stuff, so I mean, I figured somebody would have something.
I forgot.
That was a long
We've had a
time
meeting
ago.
since then, I know.
It feels like a long time ago. I actually have to bring up my count. I'm like, okay, what happened
Yeah.
in between those times? Just a lot happening at the school. We're still on target for our substantial completion date of July 17th, which seems impossible, but you know, a lot of stuff's happening. The rooftop classroom is getting the paver system put in. The millwork is being put in the media center, so the whole wall's kind of got, the whole front wall has wood paneling and flooring's down. The bleachers are almost complete in the gym. Yeah, there's stuff getting, all the stuff's getting installed in the kitchen. Yeah, just lots of stuff. The second floor is pretty much done, and final cleaning. So it's good to walk around there and, you know, see the open spaces, and the outdoor classroom areas are coming together. They're really great. The one out to the east of the building to the right is gonna be awesome. So yeah, just normal, you know.
Very exciting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anybody
Well,
else?
since you brought it up, and I forgot that graduation happened between the last meeting and this meeting, I think we were almost all able. Were we all at graduation? Almost all able.
Not me.
You weren't there.
She was right.
They did a wonderful job. I really love how Ashland allows the students and the seniors to really have a say in what their graduation ceremony looks like. They had some great speakers, some great performances to really highlight, you know, kind of the talents and whatnot in their class. And it was very well done. I think everyone was happy. The weather was perfect, so it was not too hot in the gym, which was lovely. And it was a nice day. I think they did a great job with the award ceremony as well too, which was a very difficult, hot day. But it went fairly smoothly.
Thanks, Tina.
This graduation was awesome, and this was maybe one of the first years, other than like one babysitter, where I knew a lot of the kids graduating because they were older siblings of my child's friends, or they were teammates on swim, and just seeing them all grown up, and then also knowing like I'm 4 years away from Natus, and you're 1, you're 3, you know, it's going quick. The music. And I forget the student's name, but the original,
Tyler.
yeah, it's his original composition. Like, it gave me chills. It was so wonderful. And last year we had a girl who sang "Rise Up," and like just the talent of the kids, really great. So it was good.
So impressive. Action items. I mean, we do have the retreat coming up, so if you have something that you think is a retreat type of topic, you can email it to me. I'm sure Jim and Mark and I will try to get together for an agenda planning for that soon.
Yep.
So, you know, sooner rather than later. And anything else that anyone can think of now for action items, other than get ready for that? All right. Well, I think other than, I just want to say to the administrators that are here and to the ones that aren't, thank you for another excellent year. And to your staff and teachers and everyone in your buildings that make Ashland a kind of place where the new athletic director is excited and is hearing great things about us. It's all because of all of you. So thank you for all you do. Hope you have a great summer. Anybody
Thank you
else?
all.
Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Tina?
Aye.
Paul?
Aye.
Aaron? Aye.
Good night, everyone.
Night.
Good night. Thank you.